So greetings and aloha, what's going on? It's Mike and Gracie from LiveMyAssOff.com. And we've taken the bike out here on this pier, or this man-made jetty, along with the other jetty over there. As you can probably hear, it's windy. As you can probably see, I forgot my gimbal stabilization, so I apologize for that. With any luck, the camera will take care of at least some of it. So we've driven out this far, and we're going to walk that far. So we should walk on the left, honey. To give these guys here some driving room. And I was going to drive all the way out, but I did want to drive a little bit. Very, very windy today, and it's cold in where we are in Cha Am, Thailand. And of course, you know, cold, that's relative, right? It is probably, and it's very windy, so that makes it colder. There's a bird in there?
Yeah, but I can't.
Oh, it's a bird's nest. Oh, I see. Yeah, there's like 3 of them.
Yeah. We wanna
Nice.
but
Well, yeah, you probably don't want to like jump inside of it for fear of being attacked by the mom. So, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. So anyway, we've come out here to go see what you cannot see all the way down there yet, which I believe I've seen on Google Maps referred to as the Squid statue. So we're going to go out and check out that. We wanted to do a couple things today. We wanted to go out and explore, and we wanted to go and take a ride, and we wanted to go for a walk. Because we got Gracie some lace-up shoes that have the logo of Puma on them. I question whether they're... They're what?
Thai flag is
Thai flag? Yeah, perhaps. Yes, that's possible. I question whether they're fully licensed by Puma. They were 199 baht, or $6.70. I have a feeling that they'll last actually quite a while. But she needed some lace-up stuff because we had the slip-ons, which are great for going in and out of places in Thailand, because if you don't know, you take your shoes off when you go indoors for many places, which has gotten me to, you know, really get great at tying shoes because I've had to take off my Asics frequently. But with Gracie, she's been slipping them on and off, but they become loose, and so after some walking, the feet kind of like slip in and out of them. So she was getting, I think, either blisters or disappointment as we were walking, and I like to walk. So anyway, so we've driven down here, so we're going to walk out on this pier here, or I suppose it's not a pier, this jetty, and check out this statue down here in the end, which several other people seem to be doing. This seems to be a sort of common thing to do. Oh, and I left my water actually back at the motorbike, and I don't really feel like walking back for it right now, so I won't do that. But yeah, so this is just part of our adventure for today. It is it's the second week, I believe, of December. But today's Saturday. I know today is Saturday. But it's chilly, yeah. So what does that mean? So that means it's probably about 75. But the wind is brisk off the ocean, off the Gulf of Thailand here. And it's and actually we haven't been in the ocean yet. The waves are quite strong here in Cha Am, and the water, unlike other sort of touristy photos you've seen of Thailand, it's not that, you know, calm blue, can see all the way through it. Because of the level of churn they have here, it's sort of, you know, it's got a little bit of the bottom, the sand from the beach, which is very clean, is in it, so it doesn't look, you know, crystal clear, right? And so we were just actually talking about that as we were driving up here, and I thought, well, the next place we go, we'll check out. Hello, Sawadee krap. I love it here like you have no idea. These guys are cool. That happens elsewhere too. So, but I just like it because we're in Thailand and I like Thailand, so I like that here. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty rough out here. But again, that's sort of the reason why they put these jetties here. Obviously to, you know, harbor off the harbor, but also because it helps with obviously making this side and a lot of the beach over there a lot more calm. Because clearly the more common way for the breeze, I guess, and the currents to come is from the north. So anyway, so other places. So we were discussing where we're going to go towards the end of the year. Our current lease agreement ends in December 28th. I am going to see, which is really sort of inconvenient, right? Because it's kind of difficult to say to somebody, yeah, we'd like to rent your place starting on the 28th, and they think, oh, that's great, he wants to rent it through New Year's Eve, which arguably is one of the, you know, more expensive weekends, if not certainly the most expensive weekend in December. Look at the size of these waves, man. It's like totally excellent. I mean, that's got to be like 2 meters. It's going to be 2 meters of water that I'm going to get soaked with. So, yeah, but they really, really come in here. Yeah, there's some spray that we're definitely getting. I mean, the wind is obviously a factor. But yeah, the rollers, they really start to come in right about there. So, and if you can't see, there's a lot of water right here. So, again, the reason this thing's here. But yeah, these are pretty big waves out here, man. So anyway, we get a little bit of spray as we walk out here, and it looks to be some motorbikes way out there. So I'm not too concerned. Although those guys are standing out there, those guys are getting pretty wet. So I'm not quite. Yeah, that's pretty big waves, man. So we may not venture all the way out there. Might be time for us. Yeah, see? So there's the statue. How's that? That's a good close-up. Let me see if I can just hold it steady here for a second. There you go. There. So now you've been to the statue. But yeah, man, this is a pretty spectacular sort of weather that is happening here. I would say it could be, I don't want to say 15 feet. Possibly. But yeah, there's obviously some sort of land that occurs right there that is causing the waves to really sort of pick up right here. So there's got to be something underneath, just right here before it gets here. And obviously, this is not the first time that waves have come here. It'll be interesting actually to see. I'm going to have to ask JC, because I know he's been out here before, and ask him whether, certainly that one there as well, that's a significant one. Ask him how long those have been here, and what his experience has been as far as them repairing such things. Now we could walk out on this wall. If you want to walk out on that whole thing. Big hole. Yeah, it's quite damaged. So anyway, I think we'll probably stay right here. Because I don't particularly want to get wet, because the water is actually warm, but the wind cools you down. It's sort of frustrating. And we're going to be riding around for a while. So anyway, so that's our little adventure for today. So Gracie has found a shield family that I guess is willing to go out there first. And so if one of these children gets swept into the ocean, then of course, then we'll turn back. But it was so funny, she just like ran out there and they stopped and waited for her to come. They probably think she's Thai. And I doubt we're gonna get washed away. There is a chance that I'll get wet, but at least we can say we made it. And it's not gonna be a disaster. It might be a little disappointment. And in fact, the real bummer, right, is that you get out here and you realize, oh yeah, they need some repairs. Because of course this thing gets pummeled, right? I mean, maybe today's a calm day. Maybe there's oh wow, these waves are big. These guys. Oh my gosh. These people are so adventurous. This is amazing. What's the worst thing that could happen, he's saying to himself. There's not too much graffiti. There's a few little scrapes and stuff, or rather scratches in there, but and it looks like at one time they may have had lighting out here. Okay. This was in Thai before it got sort of rubbed off. But there was and there's Gracie at the Squid factory. At the Squid statue. But yeah, these waves are pretty, and you know, it's interesting seeing this because I read about the ferry, you know, that goes from Pattaya to Hua Hin to Pattaya, and pretty much everyone said, yeah, it's okay, and it's obviously it takes less time than the drive, but people get seasick, and I can understand why, because you can be like, oh, it's a bright sunny day, there's only a little bit of wind. And who knows, there's probably like no wind in Pattaya, right? Well, you get that boat out there, and people were talking about like 30 minutes into the boat ride from Pattaya, then you get in, and it's probably like this. Once you get out into the Gulf of Thailand, then I'm sure it's it's pretty energetic. Oh my gosh, that's great! Like it's like, oh dude, oh my gosh, his phone's okay. Sort of imagine what the storm looked like when this occurred, and you know, I mean, it didn't occur in like 5 minutes, right? It probably occurred over a series of hours or days or whatever. Whoa! But yeah, crazy, energetic, very energetic, Mother Nature. I wonder if I'd be as daring to come out here at night as I am during the day. Somehow, I don't think so. And then there's this damage. Alright, well, anyway. We're heading back, and we found our shield family. And then there's all this debris. It's not a lot, but I can tell you, a giant piece of wood like that, if you're in a small boat, that would be quite disappointing. All that debris. So, you know what's interesting about this is that I look at this trash, whatever, and I remember when I was a kid, and me and my buddies, so I'm talking like 30, 35 years ago. And me and my buddies, Rob, Brian, Steve, John, we would all go out in the whaler, and we would go to places around Hingham, Boston Harbor Islands, that sort of thing. And we would go to places like this, and there would be like this amount of trash. There would be like, you know, like styrofoam and chunks of wood and some plastic and like an old metal gas can or something like that. And interestingly enough, like over the last, 2-3 decades, that sort of stuff is like gone away. And I go to these other countries and I see it occasionally. Now this is actually not that bad. I mean, all they got to do is come down here, and in like, an hour with 3 or 4 guys, they just throw it in the back of the pickup truck and blam, you're good. A little bit of debris floating there, and that occurs in the San Diego harbor as well. So I don't know why there's just like less of it that I've experienced where I used to go boating regularly, and there's more of it over here. And all I can say is that I would submit that they're just like maybe 5-10 years behind, and for some reason the level of trash over here is, just is what it is, and it'll decrease at the rate with which it decreased at in San Diego, right? So who knows? So where's our bike? We walked that far, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I did want to walk, so that's true. So anyway, so yeah, there's just a little bit. So I just thought I'd note that because it's not. I mean, it's not significant.